The Ender Dragon was flying around looking for some fish to eat, when suddenly he heard a roar that shook the very foundation of the Nether. "What is that?" he thought as he flew towards the source of the noise. As he got closer, he started to see what looked like massive footprints in the ground. "Wait a second, those are way too big to be a normal monster." The dragon quickly made his way over to the nearest village to warn the villagers about the incoming danger. Meanwhile, Steve was mining away, completely oblivious to the giant monster footprints near his base. When the Ender Dragon got to the village, he started panicking because there were no villagers anywhere to be seen. "Wait, where did they all go?" The dragon looked around and saw a suspicious-looking hole that was definitely not there before. "This can't be good," he thought as he cautiously approached the hole. At the same time, Steve had just finished mining the last block, when suddenly the ground beneath him started to collapse. "Oh no," he thought as he fell into the hole. But luckily, he had brought his trusty pickaxe with him and managed to stop himself from falling any further. Just then, the Ender Dragon flew down into the hole to check if Steve was all right. But before he knew it, Steve pulled out his bow and arrow and shot at the dragon. The dragon was taken aback by the sudden attack and roared in anger. "Why did you do that?" the dragon asked, clearly not expecting such hostility from the human. Steve responded by simply pulling out his sword and getting ready to fight. The dragon had no choice but to defend himself, and so the battle began. They fought for what seemed like hours until finally the dragon got the upper hand and knocked Steve off his feet. The dragon was about to deliver the final blow, when suddenly Steve pulled out a TNT and dropped it next to the dragon. The dragon was confused as to why the human was doing this, but he didn't have time to think about it, because in a few seconds, the TNT exploded, sending both him and Steve flying through the air. As the camera pans away, we can hear the faint sound of Steve's footsteps as he walks away from the destroyed hole. The End Dragon lays on the ground, defeated. Will he be able to make a comeback? And what will Steve do next? Find out in the next episode.